Hi guys, FrostFangs here and welcome back once again to another video. Today I'm going to be playing a new game which isn't actually out yet, although it will be by the time this video goes up. And that's Paragon. Now I was actually invited to the early access thing. They sent me a code and everything, I redeemed it through emails. And I'm now allowed to record it. There was an NDA for a while, a non-disclosure agreement where you weren't allowed to play. Well, you were allowed to play, you weren't allowed to stream, record, talk about the game, anything like that. But now you are. And been playing it for a little while, about an hour or so, maybe two. These are the characters, all pretty cool and rather different from each other, as you can tell as I scroll through here. My favourite one that I think looks really cool is Rampage, the guy that was on the start, because it's like a Murloc Deathclaw combo, as well as like a monkey sort of thing. Steel, Twin Blast, generic guy with like robotic arms. Sparrow, tons of these characters, all really cool, obviously with skins. That's probably how they're gonna make their money, so to say. It's a MOBA. Now, a third-person MOBA, a bit like Smite, but very different at the same time. So we're gonna do player versus player. I've only just unlocked this because I've only just hit level 3. But the thing that I find weird about this is, you pick the character you're gonna play before you join the game. As you saw there, the character select screen is before you jump in. I like that. I think that's kind of cool. Teams are 5v5, 3 lanes, usual sort of stuff. Towers, the equivalents of a Phoenix, the equivalents of a Titan as well. Although the Titan doesn't attack in this. It's called a, I think it's called a core or a Nexus. It's not a Nexus. I think it's a core. Don't quote me on that. But there's a lot of different characters, all really different, especially with their abilities. And I've got one criticism already, which I will throw in, and that is the ability, not the abilities, the enemies. The people you're fighting, and obviously when you're receiving damage it applies as well, are really squishy. It takes a long time to kill either another character or to kill minions. What I'm actually going to do is, I'm not sure how long this is going to take for it to work, so I might just have to do co-op versus bots if this takes a while. I'll have to wait and see. Not screw it. We'll do co-op versus bots. That way I'm sure that I'll do well. Now these two characters are locked. Because as far as... Wait, hold on. Are they still locked? They don't look locked. I swear it said something like you need to be level 7 to play these characters a while ago. Apparently not. I've only played Decker, Howitzer, and Murdoch. I haven't actually played the other ones. But I've seen other people play them, so I know what they play like. It's very different. Mostly in a good way. There are a couple things that I don't like, obviously. And there are a couple things that I absolutely love. Things that I love. Each character seems to have some form of a personality. There are the keys, by the way, if you want to pause and see those, and match basics as well in the loading screen. The controls feel a bit clunky. The art style is lovely. I can say these are the positives. The art style is absolutely lovely. The voice acting is out of this world. The voice acting is really good. I really like it. Some people don't. I find it really cool. I think it's really epic. It reminds me a lot of Unreal Tournament, which was one of my favourite games when I was a little bit younger. But overall, the controls are a little bit clunky, and it is a little bit hard to grasp the way the game works. So, you have your abilities, and you have cards. So it's a mix between Paladins and Smite in that sort of aspect. So you have cards, and these cards you can upgrade with extra little benefits, and you get card points. In the bottom, as you can see, there's a number 3 and a number 1. The 1 is our XP and the 3 is our unspent points on cards. So you pick a deck, start a deck, confirm, and you can get mana potions. There we go, that costs 1. Health potion, that costs 1, and we'll get a ward as well. So that's all 3 of our card points we have now. You get more over the course of the game. And then these cards that you choose, these are the ones that are worth 3. You have those down there. You can upgrade them for like extra energy damage, extra critical hit chance, extra health, depending on what you're going for. So normally, you'd be walking around like this. You can sprint with shift, you get a little aura go around you, and then you're in travel mode. If somebody actually hits you in travel mode, you get rooted for a couple seconds, which I like. I think that's pretty cool. It stops people just sprinting away. These are the minions. If you can tell the map on the right, you can see there's all of the stuff. And you hold left control, which is a really clunky button to do, and then you get abilities. So you've got your basic attack, you've got your passive, Murdoch's Hot Pursuit, 18 bonus max movement speed. Buckshot, which is his Q, Static Trap, which is his E, and Ultimate, which is basically a snipe. his right click, this is a thing, his right click, which is a shield, and his basic attack. So you have 2 abilities, an ultimate and a right click. I don't know what you call that. I guess another ability. So this is an enemy here. This is the big monkey man. They are very squishy, in my opinion. So there we go. We put a little trap down. There we go. I'm just going to keep shooting him because I'm ranged. He's not. He's a bot. He's not very smart. You do have infinite ammo on your basic attacks, obviously. Somebody's already got a kill. I'm going to get one now because bots are really, really stupid. The AI isn't the best, so XP also works a little bit differently. People drop XP. You get a base amount of XP, I think, for getting the kill and stuff. But then after that, there's XP on the ground, which you can pick up. As you can tell, little balls dropping everywhere. Minions, here we go. I say they feel squishy, but they actually don't feel much squishier than they are in Smite early game. I'm not really sure. So, the way pots and things work, okay? At the bottom you can see we've got health and mana. And every time you go back to base, you get 3 pots. So you get 3 mana pots and 3 health pots. So you don't actually have to spend anything on extra pots or anything like that. And then you also get a ward, which I've just thrown down there. Level up, you hold control and you pick where you want to upgrade. So this time I'm going to use my Q, just like a shotgun blast to an extent. And we're going to get another kill because the AI is really dumb. What can you expect? This game isn't even actually released yet. Only a couple people have got their hands on this game as of now. There's another one. Let's pick up that beautiful XP. I feel like the late game for this is really, really fun. Most of the games I've had have been in like the 10-20 minute range. And they're a lot of fun. I really love the voice acting, I really love the graphics, and overall the performance is on point. I'm running this on the most you can run it on, and it runs smoothly, although on a 980 Ti with an i7 4790K, if it lagged, then that would be a big issue, because I'm on a super high-end system. You have a quite small range on your basic attack. I can just about reach him from here, and he's going to die now. He's in tower. The tower actually shoots from up there, and there's a little thing you have to damage in the middle. And as far as I know, I can actually have as many of these mines down as I feel like I want to. So I'm just going to put another one down there. The character design is super cool. The AI is really dumb, as you can tell right here. Let's just... Oh, I've got low energy. Let's use a mana pot. I don't really need to use an ability on him anyway. So they take quite a lot of damage before you land a kill. I think you just noticed that with me along there. It does take quite a while to kill somebody. But again, it is early game, so it is just like a lot of other MOBAs where you're going to deal less damage early game. I'm interested to know if you guys want to see more of this. Let me know by leaving a comment down below. That's another character over there. She's a different one. There's quite a large character variation. For the start of this game, when it's not even out yet, there's a large amount of characters, and you have every single one of them unlocked, which I like. Obviously, there is a pay element where they have to earn money somehow, so there are things that you can only get by using your money, your real life money. But for the most part, you could play this game without spending anything. I'm pretty sure it's free to play. I'm not sure, I don't actually know. I think it's free to play. I remember seeing somewhere that this game is free to play. This is the only map. I haven't played in another map, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But for the 4 games I've played, including this one, this is the only map. So I'm recalling now with B. The recall takes quite a while, as you can tell. It's not a short recall animation, it's quite a long one, and then you're back. Hit G, and we've got 6 card points this time. So we're going to get this one, which gives us... Hold on. Let's get this one. Gives attack speed and damage. Boom. And we'll get this one as well, which gives energy damage and critical hit chance. So there's all our card points gone. You have no idea how long it took me to understand that little mechanic. It took me a while. So obviously, since we're playing against bots, 4-0, 8-0, 2-0, 3-0, 2-1, the AI is bad. Obviously, of course the AI is going to be bad. Because this is meant to be played against other players, it's not often you're going to be playing against an AI team. The minions are quite aggressive. They deal a lot of damage, I've noticed that much, and they look kind of cool. They obviously still got some work to do on them, but they look pretty cool. I'm not really sure how the jungle works. I'll admit that. The map is super confusing. I don't know what these things do. I know what the jungle camps look like. They're not like fully designed yet. Yeah, they are. I'll show you one here. Look. It says alpha content. This is what they look like at the moment. A little bit different than what you've probably seen before. And they obviously also drop XP. And the more XP you get, the more card points you get, and the more general level you get as well. So It took me a while to understand how this game worked, so we're going to unlock our ultimate now. I'll show you what this is. It's pretty cool. If we go and perch ourselves up here, we'll get this kill. Here we go. Plop ourselves down. Boom. Really satisfying to do that. Really, really is. And she dropped XP everywhere, which we're now going to go ahead and pick up. I'll show you what happens once you enter travel mode, which is essentially just a sprint and somebody hits you. Let me get hit. So now we're rooted and we can't do anything. And he can just pretty much just straight up bang us. There we go. Using my pots. I like the way that you get 6 pots every time you go back to base, if you choose to get that card, of course. I think that's pretty cool. A bug that I have noticed, though, is the audio bug. The audio in the menus is actually lowered with the audio sliders and stuff, which there is only one of, the master volume, which is bad, and I hope they give us a couple more sliders. But that doesn't actually affect the game audio. The game audio is still at 100%, and I'm actually having to lower it again now, because it is really, really loud. Use our pots again. They don't regen for too much, so I guess it's okay that we get 3 every time we go back, because the regen isn't that strong. There we go. I'm not sure if I can have infinite mines down. I feel like I can, from what I've seen so far. And the guy that I've got now is basic attack based. You can see that in the menus. It does actually show you, like, their basic attack damage, their ability damage, that sort of thing, in the menu before you jump in the game, so you know what you're getting into for each character. You don't just have to go in blind. But the characters feel really squishy. Like, look how much damage this guy takes before he's dead. A lot. Whoa, okay, I just got flown around. Here we go. I like the fact that it's leveled. I mentioned this in one of my videos a long time ago, where I thought a MOBA that had different levels would be really cool. And this game has it. As you can see, I'm running up a hill now and shooting this guy. He's gonna die, obviously, because the AI is really dumb. So we're back again, because we've got another 3 card points, because we're level 12. I've spent 9. Enemy tower destroyed. Minimap doesn't look very clean and is kind of hard to understand. You guys can see that. But overall, from what I played, this game is a lot of fun. So actually, we can have 2 of the same thing. I didn't even know that. I learn something new every day. There we go. The voice acting. Again, one more time, the voice acting is really good. It reminds me of Unreal Tournament. I'm pretty sure Epic Games had something to do with Unreal Tournament. Don't quote me on that. But when you go to actually install stuff, you get the Unreal Engine, which I think this is what it runs on, the Unreal Engine. So no wonder it feels similar. It's on the same engine. But look, it is beautiful. Other than a couple things which obviously will be fixed when this game is fully released, like these trees that look a little bit untextured, to say the least. I think this game is going to be a really, really cool game when it's properly out. Because I think even on the 18th of March, which is when it goes into early access, it'll still be early access. More and more games are starting to do that. I'm not sure if I like early access. I would rather they just waited and then fully released the game. I think a lot of people agree with me on that. A lot of people don't, though. A lot of people like to be able to play their games early, even if they're not finished. So let's upgrade our basic attack. There we go. Because we are using that a lot. I mean, there's only one guy on our team with deaths, and he's got 3. Nobody else on our team has died because the bots just play so stupidly. There you go. I'm just going to easily get this kill. Okay, let's use our pots because I'm actually losing a bit of health here. I wish I dealt more damage if I shot somebody in the head. I hope that'd be really cool. Sadly, I don't. So I do have critical hits and stuff, but that isn't like... Let's just throw a mine down. There we go. Buckshot. Like, the AI. Just the AI. It's silly. It makes the games fun, and it makes it easy for me to sort of explain everything I'm trying to do. But I couldn't imagine myself playing against the AI for more than like 2 games. Although I've done 3 in a row now and it's still quite entertaining. But that's only because the game is new. So there we go, level up, hold left control, choose what we want to go for. We're going to get the static trap upgrade. And we'll start shooting the next tower. So there are 2 towers, a phoenix, and then you get to the final thing. So just like Conquest in Smite. I don't think the boss attacks, the big thing at the end that everybody can hit. I don't think it attacks. I'm not sure, I haven't noticed it because every time I've done it, it's been like a million minions in front of me, and it gets really hectic. Just the same as in Smite, you hit the enemy, it's going to start focusing you. Let's just get rid of this. No problem. Here we go. I'm not going to be able to take it out, am I? Oh god, let's just stay outside of the tower range and start shooting this girl. Oh, I think she's dead. I think she's dead. There we go. No problem. It's a cool game. I like it. I know a lot of people that won't because it's different and people don't tend to deal well with change. That's just humans in general. But I think once this game is fully developed, it's gonna be cool. A little bit clunky, little amounts of things that obviously need to be ironed out because the game's not even properly released yet. But when it is, I think this is gonna be a really, really cool game. Let's throw that. That's our right click, which I haven't even like shown. There we go. Can we clear this? I only deal 90 damage. I don't know what the number beneath it says. I don't know what that even means. It's a 2, it's a 1 now? Okay, oh, is that maybe the time when it's going to target me? That might be. Maybe that's how many minions you have in there. That might make a lot of sense. Let's put a ward down there. Oh, that's that E. Ward. That's the ward. See, there's a critical hit. We deal damage, double damage with critical hits, just like in most games. Is he going to kill me? I'm going to die. Shit. Nope. No, because he's melee and I'm ranged. Oh, Lord. Fucking hell. There we go. And we're back, and we'll upgrade our ultimate, even though I've never really had to use it. So you can level each one of your abilities 5 times, your right click 3 times, your basic attack 3 times, and your ultimate 3 times. This video may not stand the test of time, because you never know what they're going to do with these sort of games. Major wound, 90... Okay, here we go. Attack speed increase. Boom. So you can only have, on the upgrade page, as I showed you just then, let me go and demonstrate it one more time. You can only have 4 of these, 3 of those, 3 of those, 3 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those, and 1 of those. So you can't just keep, like, getting the attack speed one over and over again. Which is cool, I suppose. I'm not really sure what else I can say about this game. It's a lot of fun. Okay, the end thing, the supposed thing that you kill to win the game is called the core. Generic sort of name for it. I mean, we've got Titans in Smite, we got Nexuses in League of Legends. I have no idea what they are in Heroes of the Storm, I don't even remember. Apologies to everybody that's really into Heroes of the Storm. This game is kind of cool. You can't say it's a terrible game. I'm not sure what their sort of their business model is and the way that they're going to earn money off this game. I hope it's not really aggressive and in your face. I hope it's just like, you want some skins, you got to pay for them. Because I'd be okay with that. There are character skins, because you can tell there's a drop-down menu when you pick a character. I think I showed you earlier. I'm okay with that. If you want to pay for cosmetic stuff, I think that's cool. As long as it's not like a gameplay element. Like, oh, you want to have the best character, give me money. I don't like that. But if it is just cosmetic stuff, then I'm down. And there we go. Enemy tower destroyed. Everybody seems to be over in right lane and in middle lane. I'm just sticking to left at the moment. There's no meta, obviously, yet for this game. I'm interested to see what it is. I'm not sure if there are even classes. I haven't noticed if there are. I just know the difference between melee and ranged. That's the only thing I've really noticed. It takes way too long to kill people, though. That's like my main complaint. It takes really long. Even with like abilities, it still takes quite a while because my traps don't trigger on minions. And that's where I leveled first, so maybe it's my fault. So if you do get last hit, the XP actually comes to you. That's a thing I think I've already mentioned. Maybe. And let's go take the Phoenix, which is just a stronger tower. There we go. We can have as many traps down as we want. You can actually hit these things with abilities, by the way. You can hit everything with your ability. So, the Phoenix, well, the equivalent of a Phoenix, the equivalent of a tower, and the equivalent of a Titan, you can all hit with your abilities. Which is kind of cool. I've been targeted. Let me use a health pot and a mana pot. There we go. I'm just going to keep putting these mines everywhere, because I might as well. It's not like there's any downside to me spamming them, and a ward. I'm not sure how many wards you can have down. I think it will probably just be 1. So if you get one every time you go back, you just keep running back to base. So there's got to be a limit to those. There we go. I deal like nothing. I deal 90. It's barely anything. So let's upgrade our buckshot. There we go. I think they actually disappear after a certain amount of time. Maybe that's the deal with the mines. That'd be a much better way to do it. Although I'm still seeing. I think that's how it works. That must be how it works. It doesn't make it very clear. It deals damage and it applies a 50% slow. That's all it says. Can we take this now? No, because it deals way too much damage for me now to push this. They've got the one in middle lane and they've got the one in right lane now, so it's just me left. You can see at the top when people die, you can see how long it's going to take them to respawn. I'll show you it next time. I don't think I pointed it out, so. Are we attacking the thing? I'm not sure. Yeah, we are. The core's on 24%, by the way. Forgot to mention that. The core's over there. I want to go and demonstrate it to you. I mean, we're probably going to win it any second. But I want to get rid of my equivalent of a phoenix. I don't know what to call it. Just a tower, I suppose? No, we got it now. Victory. So there's the core, and there's the stronger minions, the enhanced minions, which are the size of characters. Super minions. They are terrifying to go against, and they are so strong. But there we go. I ended up at level 11. Pathalia, the one that went 23-0, ended up at level 12. So yeah, continue. That's the confidentially reminder, but that doesn't apply because if you go to the main screen, I'll show you now, just to make sure that I'm in the clear with anybody that is thinking to be mean. There it is on the right, NDA lifted. So, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more Paragon by leaving a comment down below. And as always, stay frosty.